Hello, everyone. Good morning. It is an early morning here on the Healing Factor. And I want to say hello to all of you that get a chance to chime in. Eastern Standard Time is 8. Over here it's 7. So I am literally just now popping up 30 minutes ago. So I want to say welcome to one of my dear colleagues, someone that I admire, that I look up to, and I absolutely love to pieces. Help me welcome, excuse me, help me welcome to the show, Doctor. I get a kick out of saying that, Doctor Christina Konya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Melvina. It's absolutely a pleasure. I'm so grateful to be in your show, The Healing Factor. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you are in the world.
Yes, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be glad to have to see this awesome interview. This has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this since last year, and life just gets busy for all of us. She is literally my colleague. We both are in the EAS program as coaches, and she's very aspiring. She, Dr. Christina, tell us about you. Who is Dr. Christina Konya?
I love that question, and you know that, right? That's why you're asking me because what I've seen, at the beginning, every time when somebody asked me, "Who are you, Christina?" I did what majority of the people does, right? I started to, tell about my education, my background, okay? But now I can tell you that I really truly know who I am, and it was a journey to find who I am. It was with ups and downs. It was with a lot of crying, a lot of doubt. But I can tell you that I know for sure that, like all of us, I am just a beautiful soul, really having a human experience. And I'm literally getting to the point when I'm learning how to live that human life in joy and in happiness, because this is all what we are looking for. So that's who I am.
I love that. And I love the fact that you said I am a human, I am a spiritual soul having a human journey. A lot of people do not understand that. They think that once they're human that this is all of it. This is They don't understand that there's more to this whole capacity of this body. This is amazing. Can you break that down for me? Or try?
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna drive me on a very long conversation here because and you know
Well,
what you
not,
are doing very well. Okay, what happens is that we are born humans, right? We grow up and we've been taught and we live life thinking and acting and believing that we are flesh and bones and that's all we are. But then at one point when many of us have that feeling, okay, but this is my life, this is who I am. It needs to be, it is much more than that. And then you start to dig in a little bit deeper. And then you realize, let's talk about me, my experience on this one. I realized, okay, now wait a minute. I'm just a little bit more than my flesh and my bones and because what
mm-hmm.
happens, just look at this English. English language is beautiful. When you say my hand, my eyes, my
Mm-hmm.
body, it's something what it's like you say my car, my house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's something what you own. It's an asset. And I said, "Oh, good morning, Mary's on a live." So what happened did I said, okay, if I own, I have my body, then who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the journey started to find out who I really am. And with all the people who are on this path, and I know that we are many of us, when you realize that you are more than your body, and you are more than your mind, and you can control that actually you are what's inside. You
Mm-hmm.
are the beautiful light. You are glowing, shine. You are a soul.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, soul, it's eternal. And because I'm going to go on the other side. We always hear and we know and learn and we experience in ourselves that everything is energy. Matter, as it's matter, it does not really exist. So because everything is energy, energy never disappears. It only
Mm-hmm.
transforms. Now, think of it. If my body, if who I am is energy, I'm not going to disappear. Only I'm going to transform. Then that's the question. Okay, then what now? And that's when you get to understand, okay, yes, I have this vessel, I have this embodiment, I carry it because this is what I choose to live with. This is going to bring me the experience of a human life in this specific lifetime. But
Exactly.
me, the I am, that's the soul. When you say I am, you don't say I am my eyes. You don't say I am my arms or my legs. Okay?
Right.
And that's when we said I am that I am. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's very difficult to explain this to people, especially for those who are really down to earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they look for logic in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it to me. Okay? Show me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go back and ask because I like, okay, I need proof. I want to see. But truth is, let's just go for a second there. We pray to God. We believe in something, someone bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We never saw, nobody ever saw God. Yet we still believe it.
Right.
Now, okay, there's the saying, it's believing the seed, right? No, it's not. It's a very interesting thing. It's all about trust. It's all about that inner knowing when you really truly know who you are, the I am. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're not your body, you're not your circumstances, those not define you. And you having this human body, you came here on this earth to have an experience. And I strongly believe that we are all destined for greatness. Now, when we're born and where we're born and the circumstances and what we choose to do with this life, it's really up to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. Oh my God. You didn't have to, that wasn't too long. That was actually really good. That was a really good discussion. I don't think a lot of people understand how much of our life circumstances and what goes on and what has gone on, what can go on is pretty much under all our control. It's just, I love talking to you about this. This is so my area of understanding the light, understanding the I am, that is so powerful that we don't really understand the I am, to the point of saying I am strong or I am weak. There's a difference where the power is. And I've told so many people time they don't understand that those two words are just, they can determine so much of what goes on with us. So when you're talking about being the light, what do you mean by being the pillar of light? Because I know that's your title for your show. I love it.
Well, I believe that we are all pillar of light. We are all light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the soul itself, it's bright, it's light. We are all that. Being a pillar of light for me, it really means knowing who I am, learning to own who I am, and it means showing the way to others. This is what you do as well. This is what Anolia, right? What T and what, many of the light workers, okay, this is again a label. They call us, or we call ourselves light workers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there is no difference. Everybody has its own light.
True.
Everybody. Now it really depends on us how much or at all we let that light shine or we
Mm-hmm.
dim it. And how we dim our light? We dim our light, that beautiful energy, that beautiful light that comes from within us when we give our power away. And how we give our power away? In many, many ways. We give our power away when we talk negatively about ourselves. We give our power away when we hold on to beliefs that are not even our beliefs, right? They are imprinted in us from others. They are not our beliefs. We are giving our power away when we do not believe in who we are. We do not trust ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
We give our power away when we fall for judgments. We give our power away when we hurt ourselves, when we victimize ourselves. And it's a lot because,
Yes.
see, there is another piece. We keep talking about empowerment, empowerment. The truth is, especially let's go for women, okay? For women empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is, we all have the power. We have it. We do not need to be empowered. We have
True.
the power. What we need to do is to own, to take back and to own and use the power what we have, because what we do is we give it away to others. We give it away to circumstances, we give it away again, most importantly, to beliefs and belief systems which are not even, sorry, ours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take a very, very short example, right? It's
Go for it.
easy. There is a little child. Children, they are not afraid of anything. We
Right.
do not, we are not born with fear. Fear is
Mm-hmm.
learned. Fear is a human conditioning. And then this
Mm-hmm.
little child, they go on a park and they see the mom seeing a spider. Oh, mom, scared by spider. What happens is she was not afraid of spiders. She has no fear. She touches the dog, the spider, the snake. She has no fear.
Mm-hmm.
But mom, what she did? Ah, what happened in her? Okay, that's something what I need to be afraid of.
The
And
pattern.
every fear what we have is a learned fear. It's
Mm-hmm.
a pattern. Everything. Fear of height, fear of not being good enough, okay? Fear of not being seen because we haven't been
Mm-hmm.
seen as a child, fear of not being loved, okay? And all the fear is a human conditioning and it's learned. People manipulate through fear, people control you through fear, but when you learn and slowly, like the onion, right? We peel those layers which does not belong to us, which does not
Mm-hmm.
serve us anymore, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the more and more the who you are, the I am will come to surface. And then you will realize that, okay, that was not my fear. How many times you've been told, or I've been told, you cannot do that. It's not
Exactly.
for you, okay? Or
Mm-hmm.
how many times we've been judged for something what we did or didn't do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens as we grow up, as we grow, year 3, 4, 6, 7, 16, 40, 60, right? The
Mm-hmm.
more we grow, the more we want to fit in, the more we want to be seen, heard, loved, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
then what happens from a very young age, in order to confirm, we bury, yeah, that's the English word, the who I am deep down inside, and we start to put on masks.
Yes.
One
Yes. Yes.
mask, another one, another one, another one. And soon, as we use this mask, because we behave differently in the family, because we know that's what they expect us. This is how they expect us to behave.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go to the work, on a workplace, we behave differently there. We wear a different mask because that's how we're supposed to behave there. If we go out for a drink or party with friends, we put another mask because this is how they expect us to be. So here, just shortly, three different types of masks what we put on.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn to put this very early in the life. And then at one point, these masks became so, it's like they became a second skin of us. We forget who we are. So literally the path of, I'm going to say something which is very common right now, the path to enlightenment, right? It
Mm-hmm.
literally means taking off layer by layer all these masks what during the years we put on.
True.
It's easy. It's not. It worth it? Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Definitely. I love it because it's a process. And the sad part about it is sometimes we don't get into understanding that we're in this program and we're wearing these various masks until we get into an age of where, like me, I'm 55 now, and I'm, really going back to, oh my gosh, and looking at all the things I was told, this is what you have to do because of what your parents believe. Like, say, for instance, for me, my dad wanted me to go to college because my mom passed away and he raised me. My dad wanted me to go to college, so he forced it on my siblings. He literally told all my elder siblings on my dad's side to make sure that I went to college, and they stuck to it. But no one ever thought to ask me, you know, are you ready to go to college? Do you want to go to
Mm.
college? Do you know what you want to do? And this is the way of life that they force it down your throat. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to go to college. I didn't succeed when I first went. And then when I did go, I just did it just to keep people, to shut them up, literally. So I was in that program being programmed to do. I didn't figure out what and who I was until I was like my late 40s, going into 50s. It's like, this is really what I want to do. But it's now, came the unpeeling of the onion, as you say, and unpeeling of all the beliefs that were put upon me, and finding my own voice and learning how to say no. So this is amazing. I love this that you're talking about this. I could talk about this all day. You know, getting people to understand who they are, because I've have a former client right now who says, I honestly do not know what I want to be or what I want to do, or she doesn't know. She's in a way you could say she's probably still in that program, and she know that she's in it. I think she knows it and she understands it, but she doesn't know who she truly is yet. So she's still trying to find that out and understand it. But she still has that. We love our families. We love them dearly. But that does not mean we have to follow the same path. And that's the part that gets all discombobulated and brings a separation in families, because there's a set belief sometimes that people feel like this is what you're supposed to believe, and they don't understand we're here individually, even though as a collective.
Mm. Wow. Virginia Ford is a lot of things what you just said right there in, in a short a minute. And if you allow me, can I just break them down just a little bit? Okay,
Go
you were
for it.
talking about family dynamics and how everybody thinks what's better for us, better than they do better than we do. In my case, everybody figured it out, and I supposed to be. I'm gonna be. No, they didn't even ask me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be either a lawyer or a doctor because of the social status. Because then you're gonna have a lot of money. Otherwise, you cannot make money. You won't live well if you don't have. You are not a doctor or lawyer or whatever that
Mm-hmm.
may be. And when you say no, okay, I'm gonna go on my own way. That's when you become different. Then that's the part when most of us or most of these type of people, right, who we say no, I don't want to do that, I want to do something else. What do you want to do? I don't know yet, I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, you're gonna be a loser, you're gonna live your life in and then that comes. And this is how we became what I call the black sheep of the family. So guys, if you were labeled ever the black sheep of the family, welcome to the club. And I'm telling you, good is different is good. It's harder. It's much, much harder than confirming and doing and following the ship and doing what other people expect you to do. It is harder. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm going to say what I said a little bit earlier. It's worth it. Oh, yes. It, it might take months or maybe even years until you figure out who you are, what exactly what it is that you want to do. Then you try out a lot of things. You tried out something, it doesn't work. Okay, it's not for me. You always have the right to change the decision. You always have the right to step out of something and try something else. Because the life what we live right now is the accumulation of the choices what we made throughout
Mm-hmm.
our lives. If we choose wisely, it's okay. If we didn't, that's okay too. It was a learning curve. This is what we had to learn. And if
Mhm.
it repeats itself, okay, it repeats. It means that we didn't learn the lesson. And until we do not learn the lesson, it's going to come back and back and back. This is what we call a cycle. Until
Mhm.
you get to the maturity and you understand and you catch it. Okay, this happened before. Oh my God, it happened 7 times already. Okay, I'm repeating the same cycle. That's a huge step already when you recognize it. So it's
Yeah.
okay not to confirm. It's okay to say, okay, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be something different. I'm not exactly sure what I want to be, especially when you are in your 20s, right? You're not really sure. I wasn't. And you
Yeah.
just, go. But it's okay because this is how you experience life.
Mhm.
And we are here to experience life, to live life, not to enter into the hamster wheel. And you were
Right.
talking about saying no. That's very, very difficult, especially in my case. Learning to say no and stop pleasing people was one of the hardest part of the journey, because especially as girls, I was born and raised in Eastern Europe, where a woman needs to cook, to be a good wife, to be a good mother. Your place is in the kitchen, you have to do that well.
Mhm.
You have no say. Things are changing, okay, but it's still same old thing, almost
Mhm.
everywhere, literally. Saying no, it means, and then we start to please everybody, because what we want to be loved, we
You're
want to
gonna
be
be happy.
seen, we want to be accepted. We want people to acknowledge, oh look, she made a beautiful cake. What they do, it's nice.
Mhm.
Okay, and you
Mhm.
put your heart in it because you want to please them. I'm just giving a
Mhm.
very simple, bizarre example, but yes, you put your heart in it. You clean up the house, it's immaculate. What they
Mhm.
do,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Something to talk about.
Or, exactly, or they didn't even notice. But if you forget once to mop or to, make the bed, now that is gonna be there.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
So this is how and because of these tiny little things where we are not acknowledged, not seen, loved, heard, right? We try to be perfect for others.
Yes.
And along the way, in this process of pleasing others, being there for others, supporting others, because, oh my God, what's going to happen if I'm not going to join her to a coffee? Or, oh my God, what's going to happen
Mhm.
if I'm not answering the phone right now because she's calling me? Okay? What's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. This is
Yeah.
how we become perfect people pleasers. Now, getting out of this, it's hard. It's not impossible. Nothing is impossible, but it takes you again. I'm going to go back what I said at the beginning, to dig deep and really understand and know who you are.
Mhm.
You,
Definitely.
you. And with this myth, we're gonna get to the point where it's about self-love. This is about loving yourself. And people think that loving yourself, when you say love yourself, okay, we hear this all the time. And you say, yeah, whatever. Okay, that's selfish. No, it's not.
That
Because
part.
one, it's not. It's necessary. It's rule number one in my when I work with people. And when you work with people, what I always try to say, okay, number one, find who you are. Number two, love yourself. That's very important because who is the person who looks back to you from the mirror? If you look at the mirror, it's you, nobody
Right.
else. And I thought that, okay, that's selfish. No, it's not. Because I learned that the way how I love and I respect myself, this is
Mhm.
literally through the energy and the frequency I emanate, I teach others how to love me, how to treat me, or how to respect me. If I
Mhm.
have no respect for myself, how do I expect others to respect me?
Exactly.
If I don't love myself the way I am for who I am, how do I expect others to love me? Love is another topic because, again, when you know who you are and you love yourself in a healthy way, right? And you really truly give yourself permission to love yourself and be who you are,
Mhm.
everybody else, because that it's like they're gonna follow you. Okay,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
when you go down on the rabbit hole and you victimize yourself, you feel sorry for yourself. You know, I can say all this. You know, you feel guilty. You feel it. Everybody's gonna look at you like that. You know, with those pretty eyes. Oh, poor girl, because this is how you feel about yourself.
Mhm.
Okay, so
And like
learning to
attracts
say
like.
no. Exactly, learning to say no to people, to circumstances, starting to love yourself enough. It's really, really very, very important.
It is. I love that. Not only that, and going back to what I was saying, like attracts like. You know, when you go down that rabbit hole of low self-esteem and degradation and everything, you tend to bring, you know, those are the things you attract to you. You know,
Oh
you
yeah.
know the old saying that birds of a feather flock together, and it's like if you don't want to be a part of that scene, okay, so what is it about you yourself? You really have to go inside and look and be like, okay, what is it about me that I keep bringing, you know, attracting these type of people around me? You know, it becomes a inside search. Why? How do I feel about myself? You know, we really
Hmm.
have to look at those things, and or why do I keep going around in that circle and repeating something for the seventh time? You know, what is it about me? We keep thinking it's the other people and we've let them in and they've done something to us, not realizing that actually there's something within side of us that we're opening the door and allowing that situation to come in because there's something within us that we have not realized that is, you know, keeping us in that space, you know. And it is it takes time to sit back and go through that. I remember countless nights of middle of the night screaming and crying. And so I get what you're saying. It makes so much sense, but to get people to understand that and understand that it's not a outside thing, it's an inside thing.
Thank you for bringing that up, Mel, because this is really interesting. And I can tell you about me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I had coaches, mentors, I read books. You have to change. Everything comes from inside. And then there goes Christina. Why me? Why always me? I have to change. Why not somebody else? I did everything okay. I read the book. I did this. Why always me? I have to change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The answer is really easy and simple because everything comes from within. Okay? And why is it me who I have to change? Why me? What I did
Mm-hmm.
wrong? I did nothing wrong, right? I did everything like okay. Until you get to the point and you are mature enough to realize, oh, okay, I get it. It's not from outside, it comes from within. Everything comes from within, and there goes your light. Where's your light? It comes from within, out. It's not coming
Mm-hmm.
from others. It's you. And it took me, I'm being very honest, it took me a while, but now it's easier. Yes, I do catch myself. Yes, I I still, that's also part of me. That makes me whole.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is now that I'm more aware and you are more aware, you catch that. You catch
Mm-hmm.
that when you feel like that and when something is, it just feels off. Okay? Oh, okay, something is not okay there. You catch it because we are aware. You are aware and we become aware. We are not aware, we just go, on the hamster wheel. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we do the same thing over and over again. But with awareness comes wisdom. Okay, with awareness and wisdom and going on the path of, let's say, spirituality, it comes that maybe we have less people around us. Okay, we lose people along the way, but that's
Mm-hmm.
okay again because, as we always say, people come into our lives for a reason and a season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, who are meant to be with us, they will stay. Who are meant to come to teach us or we teach them a lesson. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's always like that. And when we
Definitely.
understand that, as the more we grow, the more we know, and the more we understand, maybe, I'm not saying that it's always the case, there will be people who will be, universe will just gonna clear them. You left, you're right, so Melvina and Christina can go forward.
The door was open for someone else. I love it.
Exactly.
I've had those moments of, and one thing I think a lot of people, because we're born into a family, they don't understand the dynamics of the choice to be born into their family. And that's a totally different dimension of understanding and learning and trying to deprogram from, because of the simple fact that when we're starting to understand who we are and the separation, sometimes it will be your family that you have to separate from. Because a lot of people, I've heard them say this growing up so many times, we're family, we all we have. um no. And that will get you stuck. That will have you in a situation where you feel like you cannot, this is all you're supposed to be, this is all you're supposed to do. And then when you finally do, step into that role of the black sheep, all of a sudden it's like, well, you're labeled crazy. I've been told that, oh, my
Oh,
auntie,
yeah.
that's my auntie, she's crazy. Or you know there's the friction between the two. You kind of learn to love each other in a space of, that's their belief and this is mine, and that's good. That's a good space to be in. But that separation, for some family members, it does come, and we have to be okay, because each of us are on that path, a separate path, even though it's the same path but a separate path.
Okay, let me take quickly notes. Thank you, Melvina.
What are
There
the
are two things here, if you allow me, which I would love to share. Okay, about family. Now it's gonna sound weird what I'm gonna say. We don't have one family, okay? We
right?
have two families. We have our human bloodline, okay, the family in which we are born in. But on the same time, we have a soul family. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's beyond. And again, it's gonna sound very weird for some what I'm gonna say, but it's gonna come very natural for others.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's okay and it's necessary step in your human life to separate yourself from the human okay family in which you were born, in order for your soul and for you to grow and to rise to the next level. It's hard, yes. Again, it's worth it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's about, yes, number one, recognizing the family dynamics. There are certain traditions, there are certain very deeply rooted traditions and belief systems which are very hard to navigate through. I
Mm-hmm.
get it, I understand that. But even in the midst of this, you still can choose and be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
We always have a choice, always.
Yes. Yes.
That's why we are given something which we call, or the Bible calls, free will. Okay, we always
Mm-hmm.
have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we choose, okay, and what
Mm-hmm.
decisions we take, that's what we are going to live with. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, you were talking about something which is very interesting, because I want to go to something which we call, and which is the unconditional love. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the universe, the whole universe is nothing but unconditional love,
Yes. Yes.
which is in our human perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes very difficult. I call it tough love, because you can let someone go on their path and do what they need to do, and you still love them. It's
Yep.
very hard for you to let them go. It's very
Mm-hmm.
hard for you to walk away, but you know that that specific person is going to be happy on that way, even if you want the person to go right with you,
Mm-hmm.
but he wants to go left. I'm trying to explain it really simple, okay?
Yes.
Allow him or her to go left. This is true love. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is the unconditional love. It's tough. Oh yeah, it's tough. because whole or let's go back to family. I'm just
Okay.
saying an example, okay, not
Mhm.
necessarily that it's going to happen. Okay, leading your family and the environment in which you live because you think that's not healthy, it's toxic for you, it blocks you, it holds you back,
Mhm.
okay? And
Mhm.
going on your path, it does not mean that you do not love them. You do,
Right.
but you have your own way, own, your own path. You need to grow. And if
Exactly.
they accept it, now that's again unconditional love and love from their side. They say, okay, we support you, whatever you do, whatever you decide. If not, it's still okay because it means that those family members, they still need to learn something.
Mhm.
It was theirs to learn, it's not yours. It's very
Exactly.
interesting because it is never about us. When we choose something for us, it's us. But judgment, guilt, all this kind of stuff. It's never about us. Yes, we
Mhm.
are mirrors to a certain point,
True.
but each and every one of us, we have our own battles, we have our own wins, and we have our own path. And how we
Mhm.
grow, how we move on that path, again, it's always our choice.
Yes. And as painful as it has been on some of the things, and it can be, like you said, we have to take that step because that allows us to become who we truly are and find out the path that we're truly supposed to be on and come out of unfortunately it is a programming, which a lot don't understand it is the programming. But I mean, if that's what all they know, that's all they're going to show you and give you until you find out that there's more to us than, like you said, just a human side. There's so much more to us, and understanding, us, our souls, our spirit, the universe, and the connection to source that we all are and have within us. It's amazing. And unfortunately, I learned from Anoya, you're operating out of either fear or love. And a lot of
Hmm.
it is fear. And it's
Yeah.
based off of on misunderstanding or not understanding, you know, and or ignorance. And if people look at ignorance as a bad word, ignorance is just that you don't know, and you can't help what
Yeah.
you don't know. So it's okay
Exactly.
to ask questions. We don't ask questions. It's just like, okay, I'm going to put it out there, like being in a religious type of situation, and you're, again, there's another programming like we were talking about before, the family, the school, the friends. There's a religious side. You go into communities like that, and then there's another programming you have to contend with. So you have to figure out through all of these mazes which is the true maze for you, or maybe that maze you just need to come out of because it's just not okay. That's just too much. And I think that's what I did at one point. I'm like, okay, I love everybody in there, and I got to a point where I could love everyone for every situation that I've been in. But I knew that that wasn't the maze for me, and then I knew there was another maze. And before I even decided to go into the maze, I'm like, oh no, that's not the maze for me either. I'll just stay right here. I don't want to go in any more mazes.
I know.
Love it.
It's
So
beautiful. You see,
yeah.
oh, go ahead. You see, I know you for a while and I love you because you also been on a very long and tough journey. And here you are, and I respect you because you choose to be you. And I absolutely love that about you. I love a lot of things about you. Many people, they fight their battles, but mm, many of us, we are afraid to ask help. We do not ask the right questions.
Mhm,
Okay, when we
mhm,
learn to ask for help, asking for help, it's okay. It's very okay asking for help. Asking for guidance, it's again perfectly fine. Asking questions, questioning everything.
mhm.
Even if you guys are watching this, please don't believe what we say. Question me, question Melvina. Go do your research, find it for yourself. Don't take for granted everything what we say. Oh, Christina said that. Oh, Melvina said that. It must be true. No, go and find it for yourself and make it your own truth. And this is what I think. Ask the question. Question everything. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you questioned everything and you did your research, then you will get to an understanding, and it will be your truth, not somebody else's truth. It's not going to be mine. I said at the beginning that we have beautiful and shining spiritual beings having this human experience. Don't take it for granted. Go do your research. Why did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
How dare she say that? Okay, do your research. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do your research, you're going to find a lot of things. You're going to read, oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to read about that too. And you're going to read about another thing and another thing. And you realize that, oh my God, the more I know, the more I don't know. And you're still learning and learning. But along the way, you get knowledge, you get to know who you are, and you
Mm-hmm.
get wisdom.
Yes.
And through the life experiences, to the knowledge, it all comes wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I ask the question, why people are suffering, why there are little children dying, why women are raped, why is that happening? You know what was the answer? It was meant to be that way.
And that's
Everything what happens, it's meant to be that way, because there is a lesson what needs to be learned. A very dear friend of mine, she's very close to me, I
mm-hmm.
asked the question, I cried and I said, it's not fair. Why
Mm-hmm.
is this happening? Okay, because it's meant to be like that. And because we are souls and we do not have only this lifetime. I've been through many lifetimes.
Mm-hmm. We all have.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we always grow and learn a lesson. Grow and learn a lesson. If we don't learn the lesson what we were supposed that we choose when we signed the soul contract, and we didn't learn that specific lesson, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
repeat it beautifully again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We
Okay,
will
but
be
this is
talking about
another
that in
topic
another
for
segment.
another 1 hour. because because we are going too deep then, and it's gonna be
Yes.
like, okay,
You already see, you read my mind because you said the same thing and I was saying it. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be that's let me write that down. Soul contract and yeah, many lifetime. You already know this is us.
yeah,
This
well,
is
well,
us
that's
all
another
day.
couple
But we
of
will
hours. Yeah.
definitely because this is something that I want to dive into literally. So I will be having you on the show again to talk, have this conversation. We've been talking about this for a while and how we really want to discuss this because I think until we as our human, well, our spiritual side is awakened and we understand that yes, this is a contract that we, our spirit, made a decision. I want to understand what it is to be in that body and live that life. I saw it before I chose it. But see, spirit doesn't understand the feelings that go beyond. It just looks like an entity, like, oh, that looks interesting. Let me do that.
Mhm,
Okay, I'll do that. And let's go down and do that.
mhm.
Then when you all of a sudden you're human, you be like, I chose this. Wait a minute, hold on. I
Exactly.
and I tell people all the time, and then I'm gonna let it go. If you knew what your spirit, if your human side knew what your spirit knew, you wouldn't have come. You would have said no. So trust me, when she says there's a human side and there's a soul side, it's real. It's
It
truly
is.
real because we have to, our spiritual side has to be put asleep in order for us to come through this process. Because if we knew half the things we were going to go through, especially from a child up to adulthood, or until we have the awakening, because I believe personally that we don't have that awakening, and it depends on what age you are, until we are maturely ready to deal with what we're
Yeah.
seeing and it doesn't scare us. And then, most people, and I have a niece to this day, I know she understood it younger. Some people, because it's so overwhelming and in the programming, everything is getting discombobulated. Next thing you know, they're taking things to help them cope because they think they're going crazy, not understanding. No, you're awakening. You're literally awakening. Just so you're fighting what you think you're seeing, but to try to tell someone, all of a sudden you're labeled crazy and you're in a psych ward taking drugs and everything. So
Yeah.
it goes
Unfortunately.
so much more deeper. So I cannot wait till we schedule that, that segment, because this is gonna get deep, everyone. I'm just telling you, it's gonna get deep, and I have been dying to talk about this with someone, and I know I have two. You want to know exactly that I'm gonna have these conversations with. So yes, she said a lot right there. She put out a lot. That was like a whole dissertation in itself, literally. So I really enjoyed that part. So in Dr. Christina, really quick, tell us how, and what, actually, before we go to that part, really quick, it's not going to be any fun. What is it that you do? If someone says, "I'm interested in her," tell us what it is that you actually do, so you know they can contact you. What is it that? What's your specialties?
Okay. As you very well know, I'm a spiritual coach, so we can work on two programs actually. We can work on EAS, where we are both certified, right, and empowered to succeed, which we did together with Enolia. Okay, we can do that program. Also, I have a program of my own, which is called Authentic Leadership and Find Yourself, where literally we're going to go through all the phases and stages what we talked about today, starting from recognizing who we are, starting from what is your deepest desire, right? And get that to surface. So these are two programs. And also, if you allow me on this one to say that 2nd of March, we are organizing an online retreat with Aklima and Denonia together, where I really would love to invite people to join us because I believe that that's going to be something very beautiful and phenomenal. Because what we're going to do is we are going to deep dive and we are going to talk about and try to find the depth of the I am. We were talking about the I am. And it's going
Mhm.
to be about energy healing, and it's going to be frequencies, and we're going to do some meditations, and Inoya is going to do some her magic, and Klima is going to do some of her magic, so and myself as well. So I would love people to invite to join us, to sign up on that one.
Yeah.
That's the nearest one.
So wait a minute. Let me
And
put
also,
this
if you
right
allow me,
quick.
which I'm really actually
No,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
If I'm too fast, just tell me. Which I'm really excited about is that I have my book out, right? It's on Amazon. I'm gonna give you the link so we can share the link.
Okay.
It's Unveiling Your True Light, and I really would love you guys to, I know, to buy the book, take a look, read it because it has a lot of really good information. It's about your authentic self and how that connects to money, how your authentic self helps you in business, and many, many other things.
Okay. Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm putting all that. I'm trying to type. Look, me and my typing.
It's okay.
Available on Amazon. Hold on. There you go. There's one.
It's
Did I
cool.
spell that right? Unveiling,
No, no, no.
unavailing.
Wait,
I'm not
wait,
spelling
wait.
it.
No, wait. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it here for you. I'm gonna put it
Thank
here for you.
you.
Exploring your. It's okay. Don't worry. Slash unveiling your true light. Here we go. It's on your private chat, so you can copy.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Cool beans. Thank you so much. And while we're at it, we are going to hold on. I'm not done. You know, I'm going to make sure I get all the information.
Yeah.
There you go. This is her new book. You guys get it. It's available on Amazon, Amazon.com, correct?
Amazon.co.uk, but yes, it's available worldwide. Amazon, yes.
Okie dokie. Exploring your authentic self and unveiling your true light. This, I already know, is going to be or is an awesome book because Christina is such a great teacher and instructor and coach in her own way, and it's amazing listening to her. She empowers you to the 10th power, so I can't explain that too much. I can't even, it's just, so much. She really
Well,
is that. She's that fighter for spirit, literally. So what
Thank
is
you,
the when is
Melvin.
the you're welcome. When
Can
is
make
the
you cry as well at that too.
you know I'll
Sorry.
cry in a minute too. I will definitely cry. When is the retreat again? The one you were just speaking
Second,
about?
2nd of March. It's 2nd of March, and it starts at 10 a.m. East. 2nd of March.
10 a.m. And what's the name of it?
I'm not. Oh my God! Let me see. What's the name of it? Got me on that.
See, this is when you're doing so much and we're like, okay, wait a minute, what am I doing again?
Which one? Which one? Okay, hold on. Which one? Because we had a lot of actually, we had the speaking event, and then we had the magazine come out. Okay, and there was the book, and also I am running the Truth Runners, so it's like, oh God.
Oh wow. That's just
So we
like
have the.
me.
It's a lot of things, guys. I'm telling you, 2023 it was beautiful and busy, but 2024, as it starts and it's unveiling, it's a lot more coming. Okay, it's called, I'm going to type it for you. Okay,
Okay.
Sacred Frequencies. Okay, I'm going to type it correctly, hopefully. Exploring the depth of I am. Okay, that's not English, Christina. There we go. All right,
Okay.
this is the title. This is how for me, just simply exploring the depth of I am, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a phenomenal retreat. 2nd of uh, March. There we go.
And that's the name of it. And if you want to, let me hold on. I'm gonna give you the date. Not don't copy everything, Mill. Don't copy everything. Oh my God. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Comma. Why when we're talking all of a sudden it's like we forget how to type. Control literally. It's like you're trying to type. It's like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. 2nd of March, Sacred
There.
Frequencies, exploring the depth of I am. So if they want to register for this or that they want to get in contact with you to
Yes,
register
they
for this.
can either with me, either with Enonia or Klima. And also, if you guys go on my Facebook page on Christina Konya, there is a link, a registration link.
Okay.
Not sure if I can give that to you right now. Do you want the link or no?
Yes, yes. We'll put it out
Well,
there.
it's literally just a jot form, so I'm not sure. But
Well,
if
they
I
can
can get
still contact you on Facebook. It's no big deal.
on Facebook, exactly. So you
Hmm.
guys just reach out to me on DM. I always say that I'm always just a message away, so on Facebook, always.
Yes, she is. And trust me, I ping her anytime I need her. And she's always there for me. She's such a wonderful heart. So with that, I enjoyed this. You look how fast that went. I can't believe how fast that actually went. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what?
When you're really into it, it goes so fast. Next thing you know, like, oh wow, it's here already. Good Lord. We could have kept going. Dr.
Okay.
Christine, I am so grateful to finally have you on my new podcast, The Healing Factor. It has been, and I look forward to so many more podcasts and so many more deep dives down into the rabbit hole of information because I feel like it's time now for us to really unveil it. It's time to show our light. It's time for us to help others those who are ready, and if they're not ready, again, it's okay. And it's not something that you say you're ready, because the one thing I learned from Abraham Hicks is you never get it done and you never get it wrong. This is a consistent journey, and whether in this lifetime or the next. And that's a whole nother segment in itself.
Exactly.
So thank you all so much for chiming in. And of course, you can catch me or Dr. Christina on Facebook. And if we both are a part of the EAS program, which is Empower, Achieve, Succeed, led by Dr. Enoya Fodi. And also another teacher we have on the group, on the panel, is Therese Teasley up in Michigan. We're available for you. We're here for you. We've done the work ourselves So this is not just some textbook situation that we've gone through. This is something that each one of us have had to go through and understand ourselves, to understand the process, to heal ourselves, to become who we truly are and walk our path. So I am so appreciative. And if you want to become a part of that, let us know wherever you are in the world. We're global. We're in Angola, Africa. We are in the UK. We're in the United States. We will help you. We will help you to become the person that you seek to become and be your best self so your light can shine to the world. And with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you again, and stay tuned for next week when we have Reverend Jocelyn.
Okay. Before we go,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
just one more sentence, if you allow me.
Go ahead. Yes,
I would
honey.
love to say that you are an amazing, phenomenal. You are an amazing and phenomenal host. You are a beautiful soul, and just I invite you, and I actually invite each and one of you to let your light shine bright, really, and never allow anyone to dim your light. Never ever. And thank you so much for being on your show. I really enjoyed it, actually. I did. It was awesome. Thank you.
It's been a minute since we've talked. What, October, November? I think the last time when I was on yours. So that was pretty
Mm.
cool. Oh my God, I'm so excited. But we're gonna go ahead and end it on this. And let me put on the ending stream. And as soon as I find it, and we're gonna end the show. Bye, everyone. We will see you again on the next
Bye,
segment.
everyone.